Right. Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Let the roll call show. All are present. We do have a quorum. Those of you who'd like to join me in prayer, please do. Lord, we're gathered tonight with grateful hearts for the town of Shoshoni and the citizens we represent. Let us be guided by the spirit of collaboration, respect, and shared purpose. Bless our council members, our law enforcement officers, and our town staff with the strength to lead effectively. Give us wisdom to handle the financial and structural choices we make tonight with integrity and foresight. Amen.
Amen.
Have a motion to approve the agenda.
Move we approve the agenda.
The move by
Second.
Councilman Stetler to approve the agenda, second by Councilwoman Hartke. Any discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Do we have any communication from citizens? Anybody waving their hand online wanting to speak? None being. Consent agenda, can I have a motion to approve the minutes, July 28th, 2026, July 20th, 2026, public meeting, July 30th, and special, July 30th, a special meeting. And a motion to approve those minutes.
Move we approve the minutes of July 28th, 2026. I wasn't at the,
Just the one?
I wasn't at the public hearing.
Okay.
Abstain.
I'll make a motion to approve the 28th and the 30th and the 26th.
I'll second.
Been moved by Councilman Hartke to approve the minutes for July 28th, July 30th, and July 30th special meeting. Been second by Councilman Nordine. Any further discussion? Yes, the question is, you were
I'm just gonna abstain.
abstained because
I wasn't
we
at the
were,
meeting. I'm not voting on it.
yeah, I could have handled that a little differently than I did, but it works.
It'll pass anyways.
Okay.
I'll be abstaining too, because I wasn't there either.
So it's been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? None be,
Not going to.
yeah. You
You were
seconded.
there.
I seconded.
Yeah. All in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Department head report, police department.
I moved to approve the
Bills.
bills from
Oh,
July
oh.
29th, 2026 through August.
Oh,
11th,
yeah, we need to
2026.
get the rest of that stuff. Been a motion by Councilman Stetler to approve the bill July 29th through August 11th. Second by Councilman Whitener. Discussion.
I'm kind of confused here with the lawn care for the senior housing. What is that?
That's our regular spraying.
The spraying?
I forgot, you guys make sure you talk into the mic.
Oh, sorry. This $25,000 loan payment is. Oh, what? Okay.
There. Is there a reason we're still getting gas at Fast Lane?
Do
It's not
it.
all this gas, but waiting on the key fobs from the state.
There's 4 of them for the exact same amount.
That's because it's split 4 ways. It's reported one for Public Works.
Talking to your mic.
So Public Works isn't getting gas there then?
No, they are, but they're split
That's
4
what I'm
different
saying.
ways.
They're not getting gas through the state.
No, we're waiting for the key fobs so we can, because they're to each vehicle. Last time it took them like 4 months to give us the key fobs for the police ones, so. Nothing's fast with the state.
Go figure.
You ought to see the pile of checks that are associated with this.
Question on this MasterCard. Whose MasterCard is this?
Which one, Tim?
Which one? Yeah.
It says, because there's just Sportsman's Warehouse. It's the one underneath the water.
That one's Christopher.
You gotta quit eating out.
That's not me.
Oh, well, Sportsman Warehouse.
Are they all different on here?
Yeah, look
Okay.
at the breakdown
Okay,
sheet that I gave you. When you see the breakdown, the invoice number, it starts MC, and then the person's initials are the second,
okay.
the fourth, third and fourth characters. So like Sportsman Warehouse, MCCK would be Christopher.
MC's MasterCard, CK. JH.
Okay.
On the Whittam Gillette. We
That
paid-
was Mark's hotel bill for the Governor Summit.
Dated the 10th.
Mhm.
Stayed one night.
It was a grants conference. Did you stay one night? I stayed 2 nights.
I think 3.
3. Left on Wednesday, so it'd be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
And we got a good deal on those rooms.
Yeah. The breakdown is rough because it says like one. And then it shows 269.97, so it looks like we paid 269.97 for one night.
That was for 3.
That's a lot better.
Yeah, you can't go by that sequence number. Means nothing.
Any more discussion?
I'm moving to approve the bills.
I'll second.
We're already been seconded.
Yeah, Jay,
Yes.
We're in discussion.
and then
Don't
Jordan.
we get to?
Yeah, we need to vote.
All right, so-
That's what I was asking, any more discussion. Being no more discussion, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same, motion passed, all in the affirmative. Travel voucher for Mayor Highsmith, Casper, Wyoming.
Guess I'll just ask how come you didn't take the town car.
Why didn't take the town car?
Right.
Couldn't find the keys. You knew the answer before you asked the
I did.
question.
Sorry.
I didn't have time to,
So
at least this time it wasn't broke down like it usually is.
I'll approve the travel voucher.
On the second.
Been moved by Councilman Hardkey, second by Councilman Dean to approve the travel voucher. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, excuse me, it's for me. Got to abstain from voting. In fact, Mayor Pro Tem, I should have turned that over to you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, don't let me make that mistake again. Note that the mayor abstained from voting.
Got it.
And the motion was approved all in the affirmative. Now, we don't have any scheduled public appearances or nobody online. If not, department head report from the police. Chief, please. Everybody like our new speakers?
I guess at least they work, so that's a positive step. I had a printout for you, but it's also. Let's pass it. I guess you follow along since you can't really see the screen very well. July was a fairly busy month. We had kind of a wide gamut of activities ranging from fraud to stolen vehicle out of Cheyenne that we recovered. Controlled substance, DUIs, warrants, and a typical summer, I guess. We had 7 arrests in the month of July here in Shoshoni. So the guys and gal were pretty busy all around. Traffic's been once again higher this year than it was last year. That's been a continuing trend, even though the fuel prices, but not slowing people down as they travel through Shoshoni or any other mechanism of calls like traffic complaints, traffic accidents. We respond to within about 10 miles of Shoshoni usually because we're the first ones to get there, as well as the excuse me, as well as the ambulance. Continue to be fully staffed. So we've gone just over a year with no turnover. So that's pretty good for a police department. Don't really have a lot of other pending things that going on, except we continue to be actively involved through our contract with ICE. Not allowed to go into specifics on the operations without their approval, but we are still actively involved with. And I will say though that the targets are people that are committing things of like spying in America, fraud, identity theft. Those are the types of people that we're finding, not people that just hop the border.
Criminals and dangerous.
Yes. Yep. And so those are the ones that we want out of here. And I know that there's more towns that have joined in. I think Moorcroft joined in as well here recently, Pine Bluffs, Glen Rock, and Crook County. Of course, Laramie County is kind of leading the way with the truck around and find out operation they do. So they're really targeting truck drivers that are here illegally and drive on our highways and cause mayhem. So it's been a pretty positive thing all around. But again, it's not what you see on the news. It's not here in Wyoming anyway. Oh. Any questions, comments, concerns?
No, PD is doing a good job. Just keep doing what you're doing. Anything you need from us?
A tank?
I will see if we can appropriate one.
I'll settle for a helicopter.
You don't ask.
No, I think we're one of the best equipped, actually not one of, we are the best equipped police department or law enforcement agency in Fremont County as of right now. So. Thank you.
Did you want to mention anything about the fitness center you're working on?
That's more of a Megan and, but, she's wrote some, little micro grants for some, and we got some donations from other agencies, police departments, to convert the library or old library building into a fitness center for the town to be able to be utilized with various equipment, to, kind of give a little bit more abilities to do things in Shoshoni without having to travel to Riverton for some of the more advanced treadmills and different gym equipment. So it's going to be pretty well stocked with various equipment for the community to be able to use.
Oh, there's a question online. I forget it. It was in the chat, I don't.
No question.
Is there a methodology you're supposed to be using to leave messages online if someone's viewing?
If they're on YouTube, that's, I don't monitor that. It's about 30-second delay.
Okay,
On Zoom, they have to be on Zoom to be able to send a message.
Okay.
okay. Had someone ask questions, so I thought, yeah, just reminded me. Any other questions for the chief? Move down to permits, business license, Wind River Discount Sales LLC. Christopher Melkin. What? Kim, what's the information about that or?
It's from Christopher Milliken. And he's the type of business is discount tools, housewares, fishing, etc. And it's he said that the business is portable and they're working out of a trailer.
What's his plan for being in Shoshone?
Just
His comments say our business is portable.
Well, I know, I just asking when is he going, he doesn't have a schedule then.
Yeah, no, it's not a event. I think it's just an ongoing. Yeah. It doesn't say where he'll be parked or anything.
Well, is he gonna be parked or going door to door, I guess would be a question.
Well,
I'm pretty sure it's this guy. I've seen him in Riverton. They just park and set up their wares and,
Okay,
kind of like the food trucks, probably.
yeah, but selling discount tools. It's
Yeah.
usually at,
Yeah. McDonald's, oh, by McDonald's.
yeah. I'm sure that's this, not positive, but fairly simple.
oh, the one with like a bigger trailer?
It's a cargo trailer.
cargo, like
okay.
tandem white axle.
Yeah. If they want to pay for a business license and pay taxes for selling here, I move we approve that business license.
Second,
Been moved by Councilman Stetler, second by Councilman Whitener. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye, opposed the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Unfinished business. Kim, do you want to talk about the printer? Remember, we got children in the audience.
Well, it's the admin printer that we keep having problems with jamming. And the last time he was out, he said that it's a part that it's old. But it's really, the printer's not that old, right, Christopher? Yeah, 5 years. So I'm thinking that we need maybe a different repair guy to come out and look at it versus spending, what, 16,000, I think it was, on a printer.
I thought when we did the budget, we talked about taking the police department printer
And switching them.
and switching them. Did that change?
Yeah, you're not giving me that printer.
See, it's not good.
Well, I thought that was our route to cut costs there.
It was when it was double-sided, but now it's just, you ever seen the movie Office Space? Something like that.
That's pretty bad.
But the problem with it with the Office Shop is that they want us to take that printer and then pay them, I think, like $10,000 to give us another printer. And it's 5 years old. This is ridiculous. That printer, we paid 13,000 for it.
Great
So,
car salesman.
yeah, so I would agree if we can maybe shop around for repair before we jump down that. Would
Get
probably
a
be,
different guy.
yeah, if we can. And like maybe reapproach it here.
I mean-
and then-
Probably at least get a second opinion.
Can we troubleshoot it through the manufacturer?
yeah, if we have a certified technician that can come out. I mean, I think it'd be worth it even to have someone from Casper if they can come out and service it then here in Riverton. So.
Yeah, I can call again and see who they send out. Because the guy that came out, he's never been out before. So he did say he was filling in for somebody, so I don't know what choices we have, but I
Seems
can
like this is-
call and see if,
Seems like this is like the 5th time that they've given us this song and dance.
yeah,
I feel like we should just get a second opinion altogether.
yeah.
And there's other vendors too. It's just Office Shop is not the
Yeah.
only printer distributor in the land here. I mean, Wyoming's small, but I think we have some options to maybe look at.
I think a second opinion is the route to go.
Okay.
Well, we definitely need a printer that works. I mean,
Oh,
we
yes.
just can't not have one.
Oh, it's frustrating.
It scans really well.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't happen every single time you print, but it seems like always when you're in a hurry and need to get documents done, and then it does not like double-sided at all.
And if you're working here on Sunday, it loves to do it on Sunday where you can't print nothing when you gotta have something printed by Monday.
Yeah,
At the college, we have a scheduled turnover of all of our printers, and I think 5 years is really a max of that. So I know it doesn't sound like it's an old printer, but it is.
the parts.
Yeah, I think it really is.
Maybe we have to replace it, but I mean, if we don't have to, I'd rather not.
Yeah. Let's do diligence, see what happens, you know.
And chat with some other vendors also.
Yeah. I will.
So you're gonna move forward with that, right, Kim?
Yep.
Good.
Oh, it was during our audit.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's when it was. So yeah, it was 20. So
Closer to
6.
six
So
and
it's
a
closer
half
to
years.
6 than, yeah.
It's over by the minute.
Clearly.
Has they got a document counter on it? The old ones used to,
It
sort
keeps
of like an odometer.
well, kind of, but it's per user and like yours is up here, mine's here, everyone else is here. So
Oh, you broke it,
I'm
Joel.
sure you're exaggerating just a little bit. I'm glad everybody's has a good sense of humor. Economic event funding.
we got the electrical bid.
Oh, electrical bid. And we skipped that. Do we have that, to put in the electrical for the trailhead restrooms and lighting?
Wasn't this included in the original bid?
Pardon?
This wasn't included in the original bid?
Mm-mm.
No, so the bid, we did a bare bones initial bid and then we had addendums for additional
Services.
services. Yeah.
Yeah, and part of this, we thought we had good electrical to the site. We did not. Rocky Mountain Power would not allow us to use the electrical we had there. So we got to put new power in. It's just like an original bid, we weren't planning on replacing the septic system, which we had to. One of the reasons, because the town originally didn't file for a permit with the county on the septic system. So the county did not recognize what we had, told us we had to tear the old out and put new in. But we do have budget for this. I've been told, correct, chief?
Well, I haven't got the final bill from LCI, but from if their quote of what's remaining on their bills 60,000, then we have about 50,000 left or 45.
Yeah, and that's what LCI passed on.
And we're currently getting reimbursed at 100%, just FYI.
Can I have a motion to approve?
So we do have the money then to pay for this.
As far as I'm aware, yes, unless there's a different cost from LCI that they haven't disclosed, which I don't know why they would not have told me that if there was. So, to my best knowledge.
But their last bid, their last bill, well, there was already a change order in that one.
That was on the water tank and storage project.
No, it was LCI. We
Yeah,
said
it still is LCI, but it wasn't for the
it was the
Trial.
park. It was the park. As we sat here for 15 minutes. Didn't have a vote on it. Joel asked for a vote 3 times before we finally cast a vote. Joel asked for a vote 3 times before we finally casted a vote on it.
I'll have to go back and look, 'cause I didn't, maybe I missed it.
We sat here blank for quite some time.
Well, that was $100,000. That was $100,000, and that was for what they bid, and it wasn't, it was part of the bid that was approved already, and it wasn't a change order. This is a change order.
Need this, we have power, I move that we approve.
We moved by Councilman Nordine to approve. Can I have a second?
Really need to ask this, but wouldn't solar power be better?
I really don't think so.
All right, it might be cheaper.
And yeah, I found it, Jordan. It was $8,705 change order.
Out of $100 and some $1,000 bill.
What I thought.
So you want to leave a project half completed, and not finish it where we have funding to do it?
Make sure we have funding.
Yeah, we have over 100,000 left in the account. This is at $20,000, and we have probably $60,000 left in what they've bid. So the math is approximately $30,000 of surplus still. Let it be noted, Councilman Stetler is abstaining from any discussion or any vote on this issue.
Every trailhead.
Yes, just for those in the audience who may not know that. Been second by Councilman Hartke. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same.
Aye.
Motion passed. 3-1. Note that Councilman Stetler abstained and Councilman Whitener voted nay. Economic events funding. Chris, you want to lead that?
Yeah, so in our FY 27 budget, as far as planning for the future, we didn't allocate any funding for events from our economic monies. And we had planned to transfer the TAD funding to the Shoshoni Chamber. And I know we had a discussion here at the last meeting. And with that being still on the back burner, I believe we're just waiting for final finalization with the chamber and get that melded together. But in the meantime, we don't have any mechanisms for any funding for any events for the town of Shoshoni for TAD or economic development projects until that is completed. We put under new business, there's a resolution that addresses it. So I guess this is the part that I can just describe what it is. Similar to what we did last year, we did budget at the beginning of the year for economic events, and then we added it during the year to fund some for economic events, as well as, in this case, the TAD funding, putting it into the budget for now, and then being able to have it so it can be utilized in this budget year until the monies are transferred, at which time then we can write a check to the chamber and still transfer the funds. But it's just adding and making modifications to the budget in that manner through resolution.
Yes, please, Councilman.
Well, the deal on the TAD funding where I was definitely in favor of not doing anything at that time. I did have a conversation with somebody who I trust knows that goes on with the chamber. And they're still reworking and working and they're going forward, but the impression I got, it would be better if we just handled the TAD funding through the town council at this time. And
Hi, I'm Amber Wintermote. I'm the treasurer for the chamber. We are still working on everything that's been going on. We'd feel more comfortable if you guys just kept the TAD funding until we get everything worked out and figure everything out and get more on our feet, since we are a new chamber. We are still trying to get everything figured out and everything taken care of. Maybe in the future we can look at taking it over, but for right now, because of everything that have been going on, we're just kind of not comfortable with it. I want to make sure that I know everything that the TAD funding is for, and I want to understand the TAD funding a little more before I'm like, hey, yeah, let's take this on, because right now I have no idea what it's for. And I'd be like, hey, this is one more stressor for me, and I don't feel like dealing with this, to be honest. So this is not something like the chamber is still going. We are still here. We're still meeting and having our meetings and still doing our thing, but the TAD funding is not something that I'm comfortable with taking on right now. So if that works for you guys, I'd rather you guys just hold on to it, and maybe down the road we can take it over and I can learn a little more from you guys what it does and how to do it.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, there's a approved distribution from last year's TAD funding from the town to the chamber, waiting on just the receipts of advertising and things that you guys have done last year. So we can disperse those funds too when you get a chance.
Okay. All right, I will have to get in touch with you and figure out what all exactly you need for that. So
I think that's a very responsible decision of you guys. It's like, we need more information before we're handling the funds. I just didn't want to pull the TAD funding personally because I didn't want it to be a negative towards the chamber in any way. But if you guys are like, maybe not right now, that's fine. That makes sense. I think it's very conservative approach to it, which is very wise, and like to see you guys get to where
Yeah, I just want to make sure we're,
down the road.
yeah, we have our feet under us a little stronger and when I know what we're doing,
It's very responsible.
so. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
So move on to TAD funding.
I think we just covered it pretty well. I don't really have anything else to add.
I
Okay,
don't know if we need a motion or anything to reverse our,
Yeah, it's,
we made a motion to run it through the chamber.
yeah, and the resolution only handles the actual distribution into the budget, not who's handling it. So I think, yeah, I'd agree. I think maybe a motion to,
just a
Have it.
motion and not another resolution, you think?
yeah, just to, well,
And the resolution.
the resolution support the motion, but
Okay,
a motion just to bring it back into, for now, the control of the town to distribute and monitor and maintain.
I make a motion that the town take back over the responsibility of the TAD funding and distribution and monetization of funds until the chamber is comfortable and a suitable standpoint to reconsider looking at the metrics to be shifted.
Second.
it moved by Councilman Whitener that the town accepts responsibility for now for the TAD funding, been seconded by Councilman Stetler. And any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion passed, all affirmative. Resolution number 2026-013, fiscal year 27 revenue and expenditures.
Resolution number 26-013, a resolution authorizing the increasing of the FY 2027 budget revenues and expenditures for the town of Shoshoni. Whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni passed a budget resolution for FY 2027, including expected revenues and expenditures. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes that expenditures in relation to projects which were not planned prior to the adoption of the FY 27 budget and would exceed budgeted expenditures. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes the FY 27 budget has $8,103 in unallocated funds available. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni also recognizes economic development funds are not outlined in the FY 27 appropriations, of which is a current balance available of $53,413.08. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni approved a transfer of tourism asset development, TAD distribution responsibility to the Shoshoni Chamber of Commerce, which at this time has not been implemented due to recent inactivity of the Chamber Board. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes the current funds available from Wind River Visitors Council for TAD funds are $9,900. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes various planned events in August and early spring utilize TAD and economic event funding to help sponsor local events. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes the urgency to utilize funding for events which benefit the town of Shoshoni citizens. And whereas the governing body for the town of Shoshoni recognizes that expenditure increases commensurate with funding transfers into the current budget year has a zero-sum outcome in the yearly fiscal year budget. And now therefore be it resolved by the governing body of the town of Shoshoni authorizes the town treasurer to increase FY 27 of the following line items and in the amount specified commensurate with authorized line of credit, 1033-270 TAD funding, $9,900, 1038-130 savings transfer, $4,000. Now therefore be it further resolved by the governing body of the town of Shoshone, authorizes the town treasurer to increase budget expenditures of the following line items and the amount specified commensurate with expected line of credit transfer: 1044,745, TAD projects, 9,900, 1049,989, economic development events, 4,000.
Move we approve resolution number 2026-13 FY 27.
Moved by Councilman Stetler to approve resolution 2026-013 fiscal year 2027. Revenue expenditures. Have a second. Second by Councilwoman Hardkey. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion passed, all in the affirmative. Do you have anything, Jordan, that you'd like to talk about?
Just our car show's coming up on August 29th. And I have quite a few people that are going to be setting up various tents, different things to sell their crafts and things of that nature. Did have one person reach out to sell some trailers, which is cool. And we are expecting no worse than last year, but I think our car show this year will probably be bigger than it's ever been, just because Riverton's car show's on the decline. And a lot of the car enthusiasts are excited because of our voting metrics and how it's worked. It's tailored for the people. And the people have the say so rather than a group of judges that are friends and so on and so forth. So a lot have reached out, and I think it'll be bigger than it's been in years past. And it's not the weekend of Labor Day where everyone's trying to get in their last weekend of camping. So I think that and those two combined is going to bring more than we've had. Just like years past, things for kids to do with bouncy houses. Still trying to iron out the dunk tank. It's always a challenge in Fremont County to find a dunk tank. And then musicians playing in the evening after the car show winds down, and etc. We do need to have somebody visit with those individuals that do live on the street. I know Jay's here, and Jay is all about the car show, but there is another individual or two that probably need to have visit with and just make aware that that thing will be blocked off from 12 to about 5 on the 29th as a common courtesy. Next meeting, we will put in for some permits.
I've had people, do you have enough vendors, food trucks calling in and stuff like that?
Yeah.
I had a food vendor ask, and I recommended they get in touch, but I don't know if they did, but yeah.
Who was it?
The Freezy 307 Freeze. They do cold stuff, cold lemonades and stuff like that.
We have Wild Sips coming, and we have 6-gun kettle and
Right?
I believe Dos Solitos tacos.
Yeah, yeah, good.
That's what we have. We try to not get too much
Right.
because then there ain't enough to go around.
Right. Mark, do you want to talk about the shooting range any at all?
I have a couple things. First of all, as you all know, the strategic plan was sent out in the mayor's letter. And I was curious, have there been any comments from anybody to the town hall about the plan that was sent out? Have you received any comments?
No,
No? Okay. It must be perfect. All right, so anyway, I was just curious about that. Oh, one thing that's kind of cool about, the idea of the strategic plan is to kind of set a direction. It's really not setting a direction, it's just really acknowledging where Shoshone has been and where we would like to go. In the fifth pillar of the strategic plan, so pillars, different sections of the strategic plan, it talks about heritage, identity, and community pride. And so Joe and I had the privilege of having lunch with David Manchester one day at the senior center. And after we were done eating, we then went over to look at his project that he's been working on, which is frankly, a pictorial history of Shoshone. And to say his scrapbook is selling it short. I mean, it's really multiple volumes of multiple things over the years for Shoshone. It's an excellent project, and it's really does a nice job of documenting who Shoshone is. And also the high school graduation classes, they had their part in this too, as well. So it's really quite a work, and it's just something that I just wanted to kind of talk about here, just briefly to say, if you haven't seen it, ask David, and I'm sure he'd be happy to show it to you, because it should be a reference for anybody who wants access to it in Shoshone. It's an excellent project, and if you know David at all, he's going to do it right, and he's doing it right. So I just wanted to bring that up, and that would be part of, direction that in pillar number 5. So anyway, just tying that together with the strategic plan. As far as the rifle range work goes, we have kind of 2 projects going on with our immediate range, and that the first project is getting the land transfer to the town, and so we'll be able to then have better access. Well, we'll be able to control it just a little bit better, but it really makes it a Shoshone asset as opposed to the BLM, because right now we're on a long-term lease with the BLM. The next step in that process is getting an environmental survey accomplished. And so to do that, they gave some ideas and basically said, the BLM said, we're not going to tell you who to use, but we suggest you call these people and talk to these people. I wanted to use somebody that was local, that would be familiar with our area. It just makes sense to do that. Enberg Miller has given us an estimate on what they would charge in order to do this environmental assessment. It comes in at about $5,000, but it's a research project. It's a lot of work. It's a great report, and it's something that the BLM also has to approve. So anyway, I'm excited to get that going, because that's the next step in the process of getting the land transferred to us. As far as cultural parts go, and as far as wildlife parts go, with the grant that we submitted, we have no issues from the Game and Fish or from the State Historical Preservation Office. So where those aspects are pretty well covered. So on to the environmental survey, and off we go from there. As far as so that's the first part, is the land transfer. The second part is working with BLM on our we got improvements for the current range approved by the BLM, and we're partnering with the Job Corps to do most of that work. The next step is for them really to come in and really to start the work. But in order to do that properly, we're working at trying to find a way to get rid of some pretty serious rock. So it's sandstone, so serious might be an overstatement, particularly for Wyoming, but it's rock to me. And we're looking at, the mayor is helping with this, trying to find a blaster who could come in and do it at a reasonable price. A current estimate I have from a blaster subcontractor, maybe Councilor Rainer, you might be able to help with pointing in some direction with this too. But it's about $8,000, and that's something I prefer not to spend if we don't have to. So, but in order to make the range more efficient, to open up a shooting, creating a rimfire range, create more parking, and create a 400-yard range that's in our 200-yard is, extending part of that to 400. We just need some rock to go away, to be blunt. So not being a geologist or a civil engineer, the rock just needs to go away. So that's happening. so I should say there's a third part of this too, and that is really future development. So we're working at improving our current range. And I believe, well, the big focus right now is on our current range, but we want to do more than that. We want to create a regional shooting complex for the state and for Fremont County. Firmly believe that this is going to be a major economic driver for Shoshoni in particular, but also Fremont County as well. And when there's a recreation survey that the state had done, and our area, we're totally underserved and have a high need for more, safe, well-designed shooting facilities. We simply don't have that. And shooting is all aspects. Clay sport shooting, shotguns, rifles, pistols, black powder, archery, all those different aspects together. And so we have our current range to do that, but that's for growth that we want to do. So the growth that we want to do goes beyond our current range and goes into multiple trap ranges, at least 11 to start with, to be able to really host a regional event. And you could even go well beyond that. But if we get 11 set up, 6 at first, and then actually 5 at first, and then 11 eventually, we'll be in really good shape. Setting up skeet facilities, setting up five stand facilities, setting up clay, sporting clay ranges. I mean, so there's a lot to be done, but you need, and also PRS type of shooting, precision rifle series shooting. Now we're shooting at the minimum of 1,000 yards, if not a mile. And so now we're starting to get some reaching way out and touching folks with that sort of stuff. You need a lot of land to do that. So to expand, we'd have to go into the BLM to do that. And so the question that's really on the table is, before we finalize any paperwork, well, where would we like to go to do this? We could go south of our current facilities, which is nice, or we could actually go north and have some wonderful synergy and adjacency to Boyson State Park. That could be a real benefit by itself. The land that we're looking at north of town would be divided by the highway. What wonderful access. I mean, it'd be right off of the highway. And with the signage that we could put up there, people would know that we have this shooting complex in Shoshoni. And so when Joe and I, my wife and I, were coming back today, I timed it. How long does it take to drive from this area to, frankly, the center of town, the stop side, right? And so it's less than 5 minutes. Now it's a few seconds less than 5 minutes, but it's really 5 minutes, but it's only 5 minutes. So it's not like we're driving to Thermopolis to make that happen. It's 5 minutes with a major highway, major access. It really could be pretty awesome. So anyway, yeah, I dreamed big, but if you're going to make a complex, make it a complex, so anyway, so Joe and I are kind of talking about on the way. So we go up to Thermopolis twice a week. And so we put together just kind of a shooting sports complex sort of vision and kind of how this could work. It was just you got to start somewhere. So that's what we did. You can pass those out. If you want to see a copy of this, you can look at mine. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about where it's going. Matter of fact, we're even making a strategic and a master plan for the rifle range complex. So there you go. I'm done, sir. Thank you.
Some exciting work. And we are centralized in the state.
We are, and what we need to do is have some large regional events. Clay sports is probably where that would happen, but that's really where we need to go. And let me just say real quick, I should have mentioned this before, in our range improvements that we're doing a lot of good work with the ranging that I talked about, but I had this epiphany, and it's like, this is what we should do. And where our current trap range is at, it's facing the wrong direction. It's facing east. It really needs to be facing north to northeast. And so actually, yeah, northeast. So just a little bit off of true north. And if we do that, we then can open up the land to the east of that for a skeet range and a 5-stand range. And with those three events, we can start having high school shooting teams. We can also have the college shooting team. And we could have just, 4-H events. We could sponsor our own tournaments to have people come in and do, but we would need those to be able to do that. So I'm hoping so with our Outdoor Recreation Tourism Trust Fund grant that's application next spring. That's what I'm going for to get those ranges set up. So anyway. That's the last thing I'm sorry. So, I'm excited about it. I think it's cool stuff. So. I'm done now. Now really. I'm done.
Okay, sure. I appreciate all the hard work you're putting in this. It would be a great facility to locate here. Councilman Stetler. Sure.
I got nothing to add.
Councilman Harkey.
Nope, I got nothing.
I wanted to touch base a little bit on Wyoming Cardiopulmonary Service. What Chris has put up on the screen, that's the new design. Been working with Nelson Architects out of Riverton, Colleen Nelson has and working, she's been working with a contractor and sort of come up with this as more of a, I think the design fits Shoshoni much better than the other one did. They've done some valued engineering and got the price down, and we've talked about that, but I just wanted to make sure to bring a vision of what we're looking at trying to build here in Shoshoni. And there again, it's going to be relatively close to where the old PD single wide trailer was where this will be at.
Find out some of that stuff.
But this is, we're moving along with phase 2 on this. Chris has been helping me out, got me, his help was really valuable putting this together, and we've been putting all of this together and getting our secondary documentation turned into the business council and moving forward. Anybody have any questions or comments? But I think that design fits Shoshoni better than what came out of Plan 1. But Colleen Nelson she's local and she's done a lot of work. She's done Mark's worked with her quite a bit at the college and she really jumped in to work on this, putting this together. So I just wanted to bring that up. Prima, were we going to talk about anything about your grand opening you were going to have? But I wanted to bring that up. That's another new business starting up, Cowboy State Trailers, located on the east end of town, 320 Sagebrush Lane, Shoshoni. Saturday, August 22nd at 11:30. Going to have the ribbon cutting and grand opening. You're going to provide some food and beverage. Yeah. 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 I'm sort of a trailer liking guy. They got some pretty good, huh? Yeah, I know. I haven't talked to wife and let me spend that much money, even at the reduced price. Yeah. Yeah. They have a pretty good selection. They got some really there. You definitely have a trailer I like quite a bit. But that's
Do you have it enclosed?
We do not have a manufacturer for enclosure.
Will you?
Possibly, but we need to sell some there. This has been completely understated. We've been working on this for.
I'm just trying to make some room in my shop.
Yeah.
Car hauler preferably.
Yeah, right now we're just doing dump trailers, utilities, landscape trailers, tilt decks. Tilt decks are nice.
Yeah, they're really nice till dead. You know, they got, and pretty reasonably priced also. Pretty reasonably priced.
Some service work. Not a lot to begin with, but we're
Mhm.
doing basic service work to begin with. We'd like to get a tire changer so we can get those people that are driving by that have the flat tires, you know, going down the highway instead of one river.
No, it's pretty, yeah, another new business. That's pretty exciting. You, and trailers, it's, spend a lot of money on inventory getting the trailers in. Yes,
And we're running a trailer business, so those trailers, and then they're not put together. We have to put the wheels on, the hitch and the jacks, and it's a lot of work.
well, I forgot, Prima. I should be asking you to please come up and stick. And announce who you are. Okay. Well, I do everybody else. People think I'm paying favorites. Okay, I'll speak. And yeah, it's, I'll be there. So I hope you have a good turnout. Free food. I'm going to drinks. I'm going to be there, you know. I really don't have anything else. Do you have anything?
Yeah. So with Public Works, we are gonna expand the town cleanup through the end of August. Saturdays from 9 to 1. You can bring your items that need to be disposed of to the town shop. Throughout the week, you can dispose of common yard waste, trees, limbs, things of that nature. When I say yard waste, no tires and caustic materials, obviously paints and things like that. But the intent is that we want to try and give the opportunity for citizens in the community that cannot get to the sand draw to dispose of larger materials and refrigerators and couches and just, you know, yard couches that are in some people's yards, things of that nature. We want to get those out of there. However, there will be a fee, so it is based on weight. So there will be a fee schedule, and I'll get that posted tomorrow. But we're going to keep it going all the way through the end of August, every Saturday from 9 to 1. And if you are unable to facilitate moving the equipment or the garbage to the town shop, we can also assist with that for a fee. Again, we can't offer things for free, but we can give assistance. And it's going to be extremely cheaper to do it this way than it would be otherwise. Extremely cheaper. So, but we do have to at least charge for the cost of the town's fuel and time and things of that nature. But we want to help and we want the town to look better. So pass the word around and we'll get some information out on Facebook, at the post office, Fast Lane, or just stop in and talk to anyone in town hall if you have any questions or anybody has any questions. Please, I want to do the best to make the town look better. So just take advantage of it while we have it.
You have anything, Kim? That you want to add?
I didn't put anything together. I didn't have fun. But probably next time I'll go,
Okay.
for sure.
Yeah. Any other comments from the audience? Anybody have anything before we adjourn? Yes. Councilman.
So sound has been an issue in this chamber previously. How was it today? Could you hear?
I felt like it was better and I could hear Chris real clearly today. Your voice is so soft.
Well, I'm speaking louder intentionally,
Okay.
just so she doesn't yell at me.
She's right to yell at you. I can't hear you either. I just was curious. I mean, because from what Chris said last meeting, IT, the group that is used by the town, was helping to put some things together for this. And, you know, that was a good step. Is that the first step or is that the final solution?
Well, the biggest thing is just being more mindful that we can't
Have
do
to
this
talk
and expect it
into
to
the mic.
project. You know, we have to be we need to get, geez, Joel.
Good example.
We need to get some more mics, so everybody has a mic instead of having to share one, because that's kind of practical.
Yeah,
The Bluetooth shirt mics, because the lag, it doesn't, that's why we couldn't do that, because the Zoom lags. So what would happen is that there would be a, even though it's only even like a tenth of a second, it gets this massive feedback loop, and it's like,
I feel like it does. I feel like it does that anyway. Like when you zoom in, because when you zoom in, you guys like, if I'm on Zoom and everybody else is here, Joel says, all in favor, say aye. And then I'm like, aye. And then he's like, did you vote? Cause you don't hear me. So I think it lags still, like the time member Mark was in I don't know if he was in Cheyenne or whatever, but we had the same thing. So I feel like it still kind of lags.
oh, no. I was meaning the audio, live audio in the room.
Oh, I'm
Yeah, 'cause-
saying like
'cause yeah,
online, it still
yeah.
lags. Like,
Yeah, that's just,
so I'm saying, I don't know. If we're already lagging, we might as well keep lagging.
no, I can show you what I'm talking about, but it's like a really ear piercing loud ringing that comes in the room
Oh,
because of that, just
Yeah.
that one little second off between what the mics pick up and what the speakers put out. So that's why we
Gotcha.
couldn't do the, it's just the Zoom thing.
gotcha.
Sounds good from here.
As long as everybody can hear, I think that is the main. And the biggest thing though is we need to get more microphones to each person, because it's not practical to do this
Well,
constantly.
that's the hard part. You forget to.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna get some more mics, and I think that's the final component to answer your question, is getting the additional microphones.
Might even looking at getting a portable mic.
Well, they are portable.
Well, I mean, one, handheld maybe, because we do have some citizens that do have to make an extra effort to get up and walk to the podium.
You want.
I thought you were gonna sing to us.
we could always, there's an extra one over on that wall. That they could always go and sit at that table.
Yeah, just trying to, I know, can always encourage somebody to go up there, but sometimes people put quite a bit of effort to do that.
But I mean, at that table over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, I understand. Yes, yeah. Good idea. So I was entertaining a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
Been moved by Councilwoman Hartke, second by Councilman Nordine. Any further discussion? None being, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, both same, motion passed, all in the affirmative, 8:16.
That's gotta be a record.
Yeah.
It's gotta be a record. No, Jay holds the
I know
record.
that they have to be certified by the state and they have a license.